Hi friends, it's Victor Costa, Peace, Love, and Muscles. I hope you enjoy this interview with the inspiring and motivational Eric LeGrand. It's a candid conversation that we had a week ago, and it brought me a tremendous amount of inspiration and motivation, and I wanted to share it with you. Enjoy.
Hello?
Hi, Eric?
Hey, Vic, how you doing?
Hey, Eric, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I thought I could hear you all better now.
Nice to speak with you. How's it going?
Everything was good. I can't complain. Just looking at your email is that.
You know, it's funny. My last week, I have a YouTube channel, and I've got a podcast. And I said to my mother, I said, Mom, I really want to share some inspirational stuff with my people, my community. Do you have any ideas? And my mom said, why don't you call Eric LeGrand? And I said, I'm going to. She said, my mom's a big fan, just so you know, and it was her suggestion. And I actually, I obviously know of you, and knew a little bit about your story and where you are now. And I also knew that your mother was a big influence in your life too. So we share that in common. But I'm just in admiration of all the stuff that you're doing. You're an author, a sportscaster, a philanthropist, and my people are always asking me, hey Vic, what do you do to stay motivated, right? And so I wanted to sort of ask you the same questions because I'm always looking for inspiration and motivation, and my fans and my community, who I'd love to introduce you to, are looking for the same thing. So I see that you go through your paces, you go through your workouts and everything, and what keeps you motivated these days?
Honestly, it's the people that I see in therapy that don't have the same life that I have, or wish they experience the same, wish that they could be in my position, or don't have the same support. I see that and it motivates me, like I gotta do what I need to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a responsibility now, not like, in the beginning it was nice to see the support, but now I gotta keep on going. I try to take this on as a responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah, so the support network you have is what's different than a lot of the other people that you see in therapy, right?
Exactly. I got between my family and friends. It's crazy. Some people just come to therapy and then they just go back home and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, your life is pretty remarkable, but you've also earned a lot of that in terms of. I was curious because you obviously were a football player, right? And did football prepare you for the challenges that you have? In other words, it did.
I know exactly what you're asking. They absolutely. Beginning with football, when it comes to mental toughness and things of that nature, has got me ready to play. I mean, to go through this journey I'm going through, life right now, and my game day victories now are those small gains that I get here and there.
Yeah. Yes.
Other days, it's just grinding away in the gym, getting ready for the season, things of that nature.
Right. So your workouts, right, which I saw you working out, the other day. So your workouts are PT. You're doing physical therapy, but I see that you were doing the other day. I saw you doing like sort of it was like what a pec deck would be like. You had like a cable, and you were doing like a cross-body cable workout, right? So you obviously train.
I was gonna say I was in occupational therapy, and I just had my arm up there. It takes away the gravity.
Right.
My arm, and when it takes away the gravity, I'm able to move it, side to side like that, or across and back. And I try to do that as much as possible. Try to regain back or stretching it, whatever muscle I can use in order to do that.
Right. So
that's the whole point of that.
So how long are you training per day, or how long does your workouts last?
I go Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3 o'clock.
1 to 3 o'clock. So you get 2 hours, just almost about
an hour PT, an hour mochi.
Right. So I saw, it's funny, I was watching a video that you have, and when you get back in your chair and everything, it's sort of a new day starts, right? And you're excited to kind of get back into the groove of the next day, right? So what keeps you going? I mean, is it a mission that you've got now? I mean, but in terms of sort of a social responsibility, but also a personal responsibility. Is there a mission that you're on toward or moving toward?
Yeah, I'm past the soaking of my injury, that part, and things of that nature. I'm past that. Now I guess my life. Like, I want to be able to not just retire my mom, but I want to be able to retire my family.
Yeah.
I want them to be able to live a lavish life when they want to live. So those are that's of course a huge goal, a huge dream.
Right.
But that's where I continue to work.
Right.
Everything I do, because that's what I want.
Right. A couple of years ago, my wife, I was looking back a lot in my life, looking backwards, not forwards. And my wife printed out something, and she put it next to my bed, and it's remained there ever since. It said, "Don't look back, you're not going that way." And I wanted to talk to you real quick about, so for my community that doesn't really know what happened to you, or how you came to be where you are. Can you just tell us real quickly? I mean, I know the story, of course, but just real quickly, how this happened. So you were obviously playing for Rutgers. I'm a Jersey guy, by the way. And was it a kickoff return? Were you doing a special teams? I mean, I knew you played tackle, but was it a kickoff return that when the injury occurred?
Yeah, I was running down on kickoff. I played defensive tackle, but I was running down on kickoff so they could play for my team with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And I was running down there, and I said to myself, how do I want to tackle this guy? Do I want to use my head, or do I want to use my shoulder? And I had broken to the guys that were trying to block me.
Yeah.
Had a good head start on what the tackle. So I knew it was going to be a big time collision. So I said, you know what? Let me use my shoulder. Let me duck my head, and I'll use my shoulder in this thing.
Right.
My teammate got down there half a second before I did. He tripped the guy up. As the guy got tripped up, his body twirled in the air.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm going to the lower body. Head is not going to be really big. It's not going to use my shoulder.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, his body got twirled in the air, and then when it twirled, my head went right into the back of his shoulder blade, and that's what caused the injury.
Wow. And then, so did you know, listen, being an athlete, you were, always on the ground, right? And did you know that this moment was different than the other tackles in the past?
I definitely knew it was different because I wasn't able to move or breathe at the same time. I actually thought I had a full body stinger, and I knocked the wind out of myself. That's what I thought I did.
Right.
But I knew it was different because I've had every type of tackle before, and I've gotten up to some of my I got a stinger. Everything went numb. I'll come back in a few minutes, and I'm like, wait, can't breathe right now. I just knocked the wind out of myself.
Right.
Try to relax. But,
yeah.
It was definitely the scariest moment of my life.
Right. But then, you know what? I read about you sort of after the injury, shortly thereafter, and you were obviously on a ventilator, right?
Yeah, I was on the vent for 5 weeks.
But you were still, what I read, and maybe you can shed some light on this, is that you kept doing better and better every day in terms of using the ventilator less, right? I mean, I think I read a point where there was a period where you went without an hour and a half on the ventilator or something. So were you already fighting? Were you already fighting to get well at that point?
Honestly, this is what happened. It was with that noise that it makes, was one of the most annoying things I've ever been a part of. And then when I was after being out for 5 weeks, I'm like, I need to get some rest. And that thing was always making noise at night.
Right.
So I said one night after, I said, take the ventilator out.
Right.
I'm tired of this. If I take it out, you're only going to last 1 minute.
Right.
Of course, when they take me off, I did knock out. I went to, I gotta, let go, stop breathing.
Right.
And then, I'm not gonna lie, it felt like I just ran in New York City Marathon when I came off.
Wow.
I was like, but after about 15 minutes of doing that, everything started to slow down and slow.
Right.
And I lasted an hour and a half that night. So that way, I had to go back on. And after that, maybe he is ready to be weaned off of this thing.
Right. Wow, that's great. So you were already using that mental toughness in those moments, right? I mean, this was all, I mean, and you were a very young man at the time, right? But your football history and also just who you are prepared you to fight, and it looks like
I was in full fight mode back then when I was, of course, playing for Oceano. We were in the middle of the season.
Yep.
I was in that full mental grind, ready to go. Whatever obstacle you throw at me, it's like let's take it on. You know what I mean? I was right in the middle. It's not like I had to, train myself. I was already trained in that moment.
And you've kept that momentum going for 8 years.
Yeah, pretty much. And now it's just become a part of me, of course.
Yeah.
Things sometimes when you plateau, it's hard. But now I said to myself, I may plateau here, but I got to keep my body in shape. I got to keep things going. I got to be ready for when that cure comes. I just can't let my body just
right
away, disintegrate and not do anything and just lay around. No.
Yeah.
I got to be ready for that day. The cure comes.
That's what I wanted to get to, and that's what I wanted to talk about. And so I wanted to talk about belief, and obviously, the word believe is a part of your being, right? And I did see an interview with you and your mom about that preparation in terms of being ready, right? In terms of being prepared, which is not unlike life and unlike sports, but so. And your mom said your body is not deteriorating. I saw that, which means you are preparing yourself for a full recovery, right? I mean, it sounds to me like, and belief is a big part of that, correct?
That's exactly what I believe on. Like you said, prepare myself for a full recovery, keeping my body in shape, ready to go. So when, God willing, that cure comes one day, they can be like, yeah, I can't. His body's not ready. I don't know if he can take this. And no, I'll be ready to go. So I do my part and control what I can control, and everything else I leave in God's hands.
Absolutely, that is one of my greatest admirations of you. It is it's obviously in goal setting and in success and in everything you've got to believe it in advance of it happening. I think a lot of people, Eric, they need to see it in order to believe it, and I think the people who have unlocked the secrets to the world believe it before they can see it.
Yep, and that's happened faith. See, but not being able to see it right in front of you, but knowing that if you work towards this, it will come.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something that was one of the most important things I wanted to share with my community. In addition to sharing with them who you are and your personal story and how you have just become sort of an icon in both the sports world, but in the motivational speaking world, and just a person that people can look to that have a challenge but never stop and never quit and believe, even in the midst of not seeing what they want just yet, still having that belief that it will be there. And how much does so faith and belief are big components of your life? Did your mom instill that in you?
I was at a young age. My mom instilled that commitment and that grind for going after something that may not be there right now, but continue to work towards it until you get to that light at the end of the tunnel, and that's pretty much been my life always, whether doing short-term goals or long-term goals. I know if I put, my mom told me at a young age, if I put the work in and I commit to something, then you see it through, no matter what it is. And that's what I kind of with this thing, you know, if it takes years or if it takes 3 days, you know, when you commit to something, you see it through.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest problem in the world today. Everybody wants instant gratification right now.
Yeah.
Like, I need this right now, I need that right now, and no one wants to put in the work to get it to actually go something. When you put in the work for something, you work really hard for something that you want, it means that much more to you, and that's how, and it's going to be that much more to you when you're not willing to let that thing go. If something ever comes in front of you, if you're working for a goal, working, you grind it long nights, blood, sweat, and tears, and then someone tries to take something away from you, try to take something away from somebody that has worked in countless hours on something, or try to take something away from somebody that's worked 3 days on something that really doesn't mean that much to them.
Right. So Eric, in terms of how my community can somehow, first of all, I want them to know about you. So the best way to follow you would be, is it on Instagram?
Yeah, it is. It's on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. My Instagram and Twitter are both Eric LeGrand 52, and then my Facebook is just Eric LeGrand, and LeGrand is LeGrand. And I have a website too. My biggest thing now, I do motivational speaking. I love traveling all over to schools, corporations, businesses, and just share my story, and also teaching them leadership qualities and things of that nature. So people just go to my website, ericlegran52.com, and love to come and speak at any event.
Absolutely.
Seminars, sales meetings, whatever. I've done it all now.
Yeah, that's great. I will put that your website and your social in the description.
And also, like and subscribe to my I got a new YouTube channel. I'm trying to catch up to you.
What's the YouTube channel?
It says Eric LeGrand 50. It's just Eric LeGrand 52. Just YouTube.com.
Eric LeGrand 52. YouTube. Yep. Eric LeGrand 52 and Eric LeGrand 52 on Instagram as well. And
I'm taking people in my life behind the scenes, because people always get to see me do cool things because they see the pictures and whatnot, but they don't see what it takes to get there or how I got there and things of that nature. So
absolutely,
in my life, so they can see that.
Yeah, that's the thing. People see the glamour shots, you know, and they see the photos at the games or something. But you know, I mean, look, this is everything you got. Everything is earned, and you know, my admiration for you is that it starts with your mind. I mean, this is not about the body. This starts with a desire and a will, because when you at any stage, whatever level you were at, whether you were playing football in college or in the you know, as a motivational speaker or a business person or an icon, it all begins with your mind, because you just don't get injured and then become an icon. You have to do all that stuff in between by having the desire and inspiration and will and fortification to create your life, right? And so
exactly, it all starts in the mind, and if people can understand that more in life. I'm glad you brought that up. Just anything that you want to do in life, it all starts in the mind. Don't trick yourself out of it, and just keep on continuing to go, even if you don't see results right away. It's in the mind to keep on grinding. And that light, I promise you, listen to me, I know that light does come at the end of the tunnel one day.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, because everybody needs to recognize exactly what you said, that, you know, everybody that's in a certain position, there was a struggle in beforehand, and yours is yours was public, yours was obvious, right? It was it was televised, right? And so people they have their own struggles, but it's and obviously we shouldn't all compare our struggles to one another, because everybody has their own personal pain and things like that. But what's interesting is that when you see something in your mind, regardless of the circumstances that you're in, you can change the trajectory of your life by working hard and having a strong foundation and just sticking to the old school type of mentality and belief that things can change, they will change, and I'm going to make the best of this moment.
Yep. And that's how I kind of look. I feel like I was dealt out the best hand of cards, but I'm still in the game. I'm still playing. I'm not out.
Right.
You know, so I'm working my way back in. You know, you can't knock me out. I wasn't dealt the best cards, but I'm still fighting like I got all the aces.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Eric, I want to ask you a question. When you because obviously you have a physical challenge right now, did you notice that certain things, other senses that you had, became more acute and aware? Did you have to rely on different things, like a different type of ingenuity, the way you used your body now and the way you use your body?
I am so happy. That's happy because no one has ever asked me that question yet. And me, my family, like my nurses, we talk about it every day. My hearing and vision is absolutely insane now. The enhancement of it. Like, I see things that are happening. Like, it's like a little pen dropping that is like 30 feet away from me that I shouldn't see.
Yeah.
You know, I noticed that, or I can hear 2-3 rooms away.
Right.
I shouldn't be able to hear that far. My vision and hearing enhancements have been insane since I really can't feel and I can't move.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That really does happen. We were talking about it the other day, my mom's sister and I, and she was like, yeah, they always say that their vision enhances. I'm like, Nicole, I probably see too many things I'm not supposed to see.
The reason I asked you that question is because I have a lot of guys who ask me about aging, and bodybuilding and aging and fitness and things like that. And I tell them, as you age, right, as certain type parts of your body become less physically able, whatever, you start to deteriorate in strength. I always say, Eric, that a lever wasn't created by a 25-year-old man, right? Because a 25-year-old guy is filled with strength and energy. When you get older and things start changing in the body organically, you start to rely on different things, and different things change. As you get older, acquire maybe some more wisdom and things like that. And I was thinking to myself about that, when you have something change in your life, that there never really is a net depletion, that something gets enhanced when something is not operating as it was. In other words, the same in your situation. So as the body changes or shifts, something else gets enhanced. Nothing's ever taken away. It just shifts into a different category of faculties and senses and things like that. It seems that way.
It really does. I don't have the answer to how that happens or why, but your body does shift into certain things when something is lacking, and it picks up in another area in life. And
yeah,
I can't explain how it happens or why it happens, but it definitely does happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we all remain whole. Nothing's ever taken away. That's for sure. It either goes in some other direction or something else gets enhanced, but nothing's ever taken away. That's what I like to think. And my mother was going to say hi to you, but she said she was going to get too nervous. I will. And she also said she wants to cook for you. So.
Oh, yeah. What's your favorite dish?
Eric, we're Italian, so this whole place smells like this.
Good. I'm coming back Italian in my second life. I already said it. You got to cook my man.
This place smells like garlic all the time. When I come to visit my mom, I'm gonna have to get my clothes dry cleaned every time I leave here because you smell like garlic and things like that. So we'll listen. Oh yeah, everything. She's making right now. She's making penne with vodka sauce right now.
Oh my God, that's the best one. We throw some grilled chicken and grilled shrimp with penne vodka.
Oh yeah. She's got The Sopranos. You remember the show The Sopranos? She's got the cookbook open on the kitchen table right now, making the penne vodka from The Sopranos cookbook. Oh yeah.
If it's a meal she wants to cook for me, I won't take it.
Oh, don't
any day.
Well, I'll be bringing that over to your place, and we'll get together in person and get a chance to know each other. But I am very proud to have spoken to you today. You've not only inspired me, you obviously inspired the person who inspires me, my mother, and then the countless amount of people that you've touched and helped, and everybody is a fan of yours instantly when they see that smile and that attitude. It just comes through whatever TV screen you're on, whatever iPhone or Instagram or whatever. Your energy and love comes through, and I obviously saw your mom and you in interviews, and that love and that relationship comes through, and it's wonderful. And you've been an inspiration to me and countless people, and hopefully all my community will take a cue from you that with the terms of belief, which is so very important. And it was really my honor to speak with you. I'll look forward to meeting you in person.
Oh, that's the same here, Vic. I appreciate you reaching out, and yeah, this is awesome. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And I said your mindset too. I can see it's in a great place, and you're trying to help other people out to get to that level as well. So I commend you on that.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much. Happy New Year, and all the best for good health. All the best for good health. Look forward to catching up real soon.
Thank you, Vic.
Talk to you soon, Eric. Thanks so much.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.